Hey everybody, Doug here. Just a quick note before we get into the episode. Um, Towards the very end of the episode, the call basically got dropped, and it was because we had like a little emergency on my end. So the episode ends very abruptly during our review of Doomsday Paradise. Uh, but yeah, just keep in mind, the game is super great. Leo and I both really loved it. And if you want more in depth thoughts on the game, if you go over to our WordPress page, you can find the full review there. And yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. Enjoy the episode. Hey, buddy.
Hey man, how you been doing?
Oh, I'm good. I'm off work, so that's always a plus.
Oh, that is always a plus.
So, what you been up to, buddy?
Getting the last few things ready for Christmas, running here and there, the usual.
What's your Christmas plans?
Chilling with friends the 22nd didn't work.
Wait, say that again?
We're gonna have like a get together with some friends, like share some gifts at the 22nd, and then just the other days just work.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. Uh, I've actually had most of my Christmases already. Uh, I think the only Christmas plan that I have left is we're going to my parents' house on the 23rd. But then other than that, like it's just on the Christmas Day we have the kids this year, so it'll be
Yeah.
Christmas at our house.
Hey, that's fun.
Yeah. And so we talked about this like right before we got on. Well, I got on the podcast.
Yeah.
This is my first full year with the Steam Deck. So it was my first full year, back into PC gaming in a while.
Hmm.
And I've been really excited to see like how much my PC gaming would have gone up, just in this past year. So we both have our Steam reviews uh, for the year of 2023, the year of our Lord. Uh, so we're gonna go through it real quick. So starting off, how many games did you play this year?
62 with 36 being new games, so more than half.
Okay. Uh,
Yeah, I'm
what
sure you're
about your
gonna beat me in this one.
sessions?
Oh, sessions. What the fuck was sessions?
Now, see, I don't know about you, but I this is like the one part where I'm like, Steam is way off. There's no way that this number is even close to being accurate.
How many you get?
It says 14.
Oh yeah, I think it's just somehow like how they doesn't, because like I see you play the Steam Deck, and like I know you've been a couple games with it, and you like I never see you like games we both played. I never see you like have like any achievements. So I'm guessing like there's like some connection issue right there.
So achievements. Now, this is the area I know you're going to absolutely whip my ass in. What are you looking at?
First, tell me yours.
I have 596.
Oh, 764.
Oh, okay.
How,
See, I would have
how
thought that
many
you would have.
rare achievements?
Oh, see, I don't. I just have the printout of like the image that Steam lets you
Oh,
share to social media.
okay,
But I just
okay,
printed it out and I've got it on my dashboard so I can like look at it while I drive.
all right, okay. Well, for okay, I found the sessions. It's 929.
Yeah, see, that sounds more. That sounds more accurate. Uh, so for games played, I have 143, and out of that 143, I have 98 of those that were new.
Damn.
And like I went through because like further on down the line there is the the every game that you played this year, and then it shows the monthly uh like the monthly breakdown of when you played each game.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool to see because like I could tell when like certain games would like I could tell when the RE4 DLC launched because that's when I went back to that game. Like it was just like months of not playing it, and then all of a sudden RE4 remake was back on the list.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is kind of fun because I can see like my top play games on the first one is Resident Evil 4. They can just see when March came out. Just played a shit ton. Then a little bit in April, like almost nothing in May. A little jump in June, nothing July, August. Then September is back, and then just November.
What was your top five?
Um, let's see. My top 5 games were RE4, Neo: The World Ends With You, Neo, Digimon Cyber Sleuth, and Armored Core 6.
See, I knew Armored Core 6 was going to be in there. I just knew it. Uh, my top five: Marvel's Midnight Suns,
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, Fae Farm, which I wouldn't have guessed that one. I put some hours into that game, but I didn't think I'd put that many hours into that game. Uh, Baldur's Gate 3, which I 100% expected that.
Yeah.
And then a game I did not expect. It was 10% of my overall playtime this year was Final Fantasy 14.
Damn.
Uh, and like I was thinking about it because there was no, like there were like content drops here and there, but there were like little quest lines that were. Uh, I'm trying to think of like a good like parallel, but uh, it's basically like imagine like if you were into a book series and like every couple months they would like put out a new chapter of the book, and that's what kind of like what Final Fantasy 14 does.
All
Uh,
right.
but then I remembered when me and Emily were reading the Akatar series together earlier this year, I would have the audiobook going in my ears, and then I would be like going out and fishing and mining and like stuff like that, and that's where all that game time came from.
Yeah, it happens.
Uh, but yeah, I actually uh, Final Fantasy 14. I think the new expansion comes out next year. I'm not sure on that one, but I think it comes out next year.
That's when it's gonna
Uh,
get a couple more hours.
oh yeah, I think each Final Fantasy expansion, depending on what you get out of it, I think it can go like anywhere from 40 to 100 plus hours each expansion.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And shoot, next year's gonna be so big. Like next year's gonna be the another good year for RPGs because we've got Persona 3 remake that comes out and on February 1st. I'm pretty sure Dawn Trail is the next Final Fantasy 14 expansion that comes out next year. I'm pretty sure, and then the next WoW expansion also comes out next year.
Well, if we're talking about the best game, dude, we're gonna have to get the Elden Ring DLC next year.
Oh yeah, and that's actually it's on my list of things to play for this coming up. Like I want to go. Like I'm probably honestly to be 100% honest with you, I'm probably gonna restart Elden Ring because I feel like if I hopped back in now, I would not know what I was doing. Uh,
That's understandable. I know where I'm at.
the I just got at the top after the academy. Like well, a little like you go through like it's like a city area, and then you go up this big elevator, and you're in the mountains. That's where I stopped.
Oh, okay, no, I'm just from Millennia.
Isn't that the final boss?
I mean, it's one of like the secret bosses.
Oh, it's one of the secret bosses.
Yeah, because technically it's completely optional.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, are there like any other like big games that you're looking forward to next year besides the Elden Ring DLC hopefully coming out?
Alone in the Dark.
See, okay, I'm really worried about that game now.
That's exactly why I wanted to come out. I want to see what happens. I need to know.
See, I'm excited for. So I think I've talked to you like I don't know if I've talked to you about this on the podcast before, but I've definitely talked to you about like on Discord about how I've been playing Yakuza Zero.
Yeah.
I
Oh
got
yeah,
so
there's a
like
new one, right?
well, yeah, it comes out in January, the new one. Uh, but here's the thing: the game mechanics of Yakuza 0 through 6, I cannot get behind. Like it just makes me mad the more I play them. Like the story is so good. The story is incredible, but like the gameplay mechanics that like I can't just hit pause and save. Really, and it's not that just that I can't just hit pause and save. It's that whenever I put my console into on the Steam Deck, the sleep
Good.
mode functions just fine.
Yeah. Give me
Uh,
1 second. I need to go check on something.
okay, what are you guys doing? You've been doing some cool Christmas things. After talking about Yakuza a little bit more, we're gonna do some reviews. That's what we're gonna do. Uh, but yeah, I'm drinking this. It's a C4 drink, C4 Energy. It's the Starburst cherry flavor. It's really good. If you've never had, if you're an energy drink person, C4 Starburst strawberry and also the cherry flavor. They're both really really good. Also, if you're a Rain fan, I'm pretty sure I've talked about the white gummy bear Rain. Those are really good too. Uh, hmm. There's this idiot in the truck that's trying to cut me off here. That's not very nice of them. I want I wonder. Uh, we should start a guild. You know what? We should start a guild, like the Night Ride Home podcast, the guild. We did it for Here We Are. I'm pretty sure. Uh, we also did a guild in World of Warcraft called the Pooter Cooters.
That sounds like a fun guild.
It was okay. So just a quick little side story about that. Uh, a long time ago, I had a decal on my laptop that said World of Warcraft Pooter Cooters on the back of it, and uh, we had used that laptop for recording Here We Are,
Yeah.
and we had did an episode where we were interviewing the worship pastor at our church, and I forgot that it said that on the back. So I had to haul ass to get to the dollar store across the street so I could buy a piece of blue duct tape to put over the decal.
Oh
Uh,
man, it's just those
but
moments that to make the blood flow, that make you be creative.
oh yeah, absolutely. Uh, but anyway, so yeah, so what I've been doing is so the Steam Deck, the sleep mode works fine, but
Yeah.
on the ROG Ally, for some reason, like whenever you get out of sleep mode, it's the only game that does this, by the way, uh, which
It
is
says sleep
even
mode
more
here.
frustrating. Uh, it, it'll wake up and the game's in windowed mode, and it just infuriates me to no end. Uh, and also there are moments in the game where you can see a place to you save in phone booths, like you go up to a phone booth and you can save there and you can
Okay.
see it, but for whatever reason the game's like, you know what, you can't save right now, and it won't let you go over to the phone booths. And there's actually a mod that enables you to save anywhere, which tells me that the functionality is there, they just don't want you to have it. And Uh,
I don't blame
so
him.
I found a comprehensive video that goes over the storyline of every Yakuza game in the franchise, and I've been watching a Yakuza game every day. And I finished the video for 3 earlier, so I just have 4, 5, and 6, and then I'll be caught up. And then I'm gonna
Nice.
play Yakuza. I'm gonna do 7, and then Yakuza Gaiden, which is the game that tells Kiryu's story after the events of Yakuza 6 and leading into Yakuza 8. Uh, all that aside, uh, I promised the people, all 5 of them that listen to this podcast, that we would do some reviews whenever you got back. Uh, so I actually want to start with the game that you've been reviewing. I don't remember the complete title, but it's Ebeneezer, and what was the rest of it?
And the Invisible World.
Well, I'm going to turn it over to you and lay some knowledge, some review knowledge down on us.
All right. Well, Ebeneezer and the Invisible World. It's a Metroidvania, but I got to like the one thing that's probably stopped me from enjoying it more is that I've been a little spoiled with current Metroidvanias like Hollow Knight and Blasphemous. And this is old school in the sense that when you die, you lose all your progress. You don't like in Blasphemous and Hollow Knight. If you die, like map progress, like key items you grab, they stick with you.
Yeah.
In the Invisible World, it's an old school one. So when you die, like you just have to respawn from your last save.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, why am I not enjoying this game? I'm a very big fan of Metroidvanias, and then it clicked for me. Yeah, this is very old school. This is like Symphony of the Night, um, Area of Sorrow kind of style. You just have to get good.
Yeah. That that
And
that was absolutely the vibes I got. Like whenever I was looking at the screenshots before I sent you the code, I was like, "This is old school Castlevania as hell right now."
yeah, and honestly, like the more I think about it, like my main issues are like quality of life stuff. Like I really wish that you can get powers by like befriending ghosts. And
Mm-hmm.
like one of the things I noticed was I kind of wish like the game would tell you like they had like little missions for the ghosts to like power them up. They're not too complex, but they're like, oh yeah, kill 5 enemies using this ghost. That's fine. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. I don't mind that. But I wish they were like it gave you like, oh, you finished the quest. Here's like a little pop up at the side of the screen that says, oh, you kill this ghost mission is complete, and so you could be like, oh, okay, I can move on to try the next one, and so forth, so on. Let's see. Oh, my main thing just for like controller wise, if it's possible, just put in mapping for the controller. Because personally, I find it a little awkward for I'm using an Xbox controller
Mm-hmm.
that my main attack is B, and
Okay.
to dodge I have to press X. And the movement from attacking to dodging feels a little awkward since you have to jump over the other keys. It doesn't feel smooth since like most games I actually like remember like usually the dodge button is usually one of the triggers or the bumpers.
Yeah, let's say
So
bumper is what I used to.
yeah, so it feels a little bit more natural. So you're in the middle of attacking, you don't have to jump. You don't have to you stop attacking and you can just stop the finger and just dodge with another one. It feels a little bit more natural. If you can put somehow remapping, I think like the game would feel a lot better.
Yeah, and the thing about controller remapping is sometimes it's not thought of, uh, but I can't talk about like what specific game it is. But I've got a game that I'm reviewing right now that's under embargo until like the middle of January,
Yeah.
and some of the controls are really baffling to me. Like select changes the resolution. Uh,
What?
yeah, so I hit select because I was trying, just kind of getting a feel for what everything does, and it
Yeah.
changed the game into window mode. And there is no, not only is there no controller remapping that I can see, but there's also no fiddling with the graphic settings.
Ooh.
Which I mean, you know, on one end of the was I'm blanking one side of the coin. That's what I was going for. This is a game that is not graphic intensive at all. So if you're playing a game on a PC, you should not like you shouldn't have any trouble running this game. But at the same time, give me the option, bro.
Yeah.
And I also had to just to get into the game, I had to map the C key onto one of my back paddles so I could get through the menu, and that's the only way I could get it to work.
Oh, that sounds awkward as hell.
Like, and keeping in mind, it's the only time that I have to do that. But like it was just a weird thing. And then on the last episode, not the one that just came, which by the way, uh, when I was going to invite you to the call, I noticed that
Hmm.
I completely forgot to upload this week's episode. So, well, I mean, if you're listening to this, it'll be last week's episode. But I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I should upload that right now. So I uploaded that episode right before I called you. Uh, but I did a review for a game called Wizardom,
All right.
and that was another thing. It's like a imagine the original Doom from the '90s, but instead of guns and killing demons, you have like spells and like medieval weapons, and you're fighting goblins and like going through castles and stuff.
Nice.
But I had a little bit of a tangent in that review where I harkened back to what made. I'm sure I've talked to you about Sea of Stars before, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what makes that game so special is it is a throwback to classic RPGs from like the SNES, the GBA, like that era of like 2D/3D RPGs. And what makes it good is it gives you all the good things about those games, and all the bad things about those games, they take that out. You don't have to do random encounters if you don't want to. You can avoid them. Uh, there's no grinding because the game scales to your level. Uh, if you want to, there's like an artifact system that's basically a difficulty slider. So if you're having trouble with the boss fight, you can make it easier, and then as soon as you're past that fight, you can take those things away and make the game back to the regular difficulty. Uh, and again, we've had the conversations about difficulty before, where make the game you want, but uh, just those options make it for a better experience for more people to enjoy your game.
Oh yeah. It's accessibility. Like in general, I feel needs like a little bit more reward, just a little bit more exposure in games, because it can make the difference between like enjoying a game and just having a terrible time.
You hear that, FromSoft? Do you hear that?
FromSoft, keep on doing you. You're a beautiful, beautiful beast. Hey,
Well,
remember, Armored Core has a pause button.
it does have a pause button, and you know what? I love them for that. I found a program. I can't remember what it is, but no matter what game you're playing, it adds a pause button to it.
Wait, really? That sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It might be a Linux based program. I'll have to look deeper into it again, but I found it for like a brief second. It's like, this is awesome.
This is your life now.
Uh, do you have any more thoughts on Ebeneezer?
Well, I was gonna say the idea, the story, the presentation is really cool. Um, I will I will have to like name a really annoying bug that happened to me when I started playing it though.
Okay.
I think I told you, but basically, I started the game. Was going through the through like the little tutorial, I guess you could say. So you get to like fight an enemy, and then like another enemy like runs away, and you're supposed to like follow. I
Okay.
followed the enemy, and the game basically just reset itself.
Oh, that is annoying.
Oh, you just wait. So I was like, okay, maybe the game just kind of fucked up. It's probably save my progress. Restarted. I mean, went to the save file, started again. Got to where the enemy was the first enemy I killed was. The cutscene tried to play, but since the enemy wasn't there, the game just got stuck.
So, how did you end up getting past it?
Hard reset and start a new file.
Oh, that would have really annoyed me.
Yeah, like I said, like I don't know if like, this is just something that happened commonly. If it's just something like they patched already, because and like always, like I'm not gonna go and be like, oh yeah, like this is such a stupid thing. Like they should have patched it already. Shit happens.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
yeah. There's a lot of games that like just like this shit, like the whole like maybe an update basically fucked one thing up that was working fine, or so forth, so on. But yeah, other than that one bug, I had like no issues. But I
Oh,
feel
well,
like I
that's
have to comment on that one because that was just
yeah. And okay, so speaking of bug, well, actually, I want to let you finish your review before I mention this bug that I encountered.
I'll go. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm a little lost in the game. I'm still trying to finish it, but up to this point, like I've been trying, like I've been slowly getting past like what I told you, like basically just being spoiled by current Metroidvanias,
Mhm.
and that's helped me a little bit because the thing is the respawn is so quick after you die. I feel like I'm playing like something like Hollow Knight or Blasphemous, where like you die, you instantly respawn. Not like the older Castlevania games, cause Symphony of the Night and stuff, where when you die, like you have to go through a whole screen and then you respawn.
Yeah.
So I think it's for me it's more like I have to get used to that kind of gameplay again, but it's not a bad game whatsoever. It definitely has its charm. Like I said, the ghost. What I found a little weird, and don't see like why it just can't be like pause and menu since it's that kind of old school. It's just like eating food to regain health. But I don't see an issue. I don't see it like as an issue or a problem. It's just kind of a little weird considering the kind of game it is. I mean, considering just it's going for such a classic feel. But other than that, good game. Like definitely, definitely like a game you have to play, but you have to like remember that it's old school.
All right. Well, before we get into the last review of the episode, I've got to talk about this absolutely outrageous glitch that we found because we decided the main thing about the ROG Ally and the Steam Deck is we've always wanted to be able to play PC games together, but we've just never been able to.
Mhm.
And the one game that we really wanted to play with each other was Red Dead Online. So
Oh god.
we start the game, everything's fine at first. We get into first the first mission where you have to match make. And
Yeah.
I guess just because at this point everybody that's playing Red Dead is like way deep into the game, we got matchmake together. Like we got put into matchmaking and got put into the same game. So it was us and two other players, and the basis of the mission was go steal these horses. So we steal the horses. We get back to where we were going to deliver them to. Emily gets her horse in the stable, and then the rest of us in the party is like, "All right, the rest of y'all failed." So we're like, "Oh, that's stupid," because we failed, but Emily passed the mission.
Well, yeah.
So
She got the horse to the stable. You failed. You fucked up.
I was literally okay. When I say that I was outside the stable, I was about to trot my little happy ass through the door, and it said I failed. So all in all, this mission's about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it says, would you like to restart the mission or restart the checkpoint? It's like, I want to restart the checkpoint. It restarted the mission. Uh, we get through the mission. We get to the first
Again.
main city. Well, no, Emily didn't have to do it again. She just went and started doing some stuff. I get through the mission. I meet up with her. We go into the front city, like the first city. Her character spontaneously combusts. And not only did she catch on fire, her body is emitting a flamethrower. So she's walking through the city, catching other NPCs on fire. And I start looking into these issues, and everybody's like, "Yeah, that's just PC Red Dead Online."
Wow. You get a whole different experience. Tailored for you.
So, needless to say, we're just playing the campaign side by side.
Yeah.
So, the other game, excuse me, that we have to review today is a little game called Doomsday Paradise.
Oh man, that's a fun game.
Not only is it a fun game, but also if is Spotify a thing in Chile?
Oh yeah, I do have Spotify.
The soundtrack is actually on Spotify, and it is great.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. I'll look it up afterwards.
Yeah, and also I know you're a fan of spooky stuff.
Spooky.
The soundtrack, yeah, the soundtrack for Slay the Princess is on Spotify, and it is massive. So you should definitely check that out.
All right, I'll look it up.
But yeah, so Doomsday Paradise is basically I would say it's like a mix between a dating sim, a turn-based RPG, and a roguelike game. Where
it's definitely a roguelite. But in the sense of like everything changes. No, there's like no dungeons or whatsoever. Like it's all talking.
Yeah.
and
You can
except
bet
for like the combat.
you can pick the difficulty, the amount of days that you want in your run. You can pick, from different characters. And at first, I did not think the characters mattered until I tried to romance one of the characters, and they're like, "I'm sorry, you're just not creepy enough for me." And I was like, "That is the most backhanded compliment I've ever been given." Uh,
But does it really matter? Because I've been able to romance character, like basically romance any character with any character.
okay, so the first time I ran through it, okay, at this point, it's been like a month or two since I played the game. But I was the astronaut. What's in the space helmet? Do you remember?
Well, I think it was a fish.
Yeah, so I played that character, and Haley is Babe. So I went for her first, and when my first run,
Oh
I
man, Haley
didn't.
is Bay.
Yeah, like the first run, I tried to romance her. Like I just didn't. I wasn't grasping the game mechanics well enough, and I couldn't. Like I didn't do enough to romance her. But on the
Yeah.
second run, I did all the prerequisites, and it's. She said, "I'm sorry, you're just not creepy enough."
Oh man, I've been mostly used. I'm not gonna lie, I've been using mostly like the two girl characters, and I've been able to romance like everybody, like no issues.
Man, I guess that she just wasn't into some hot fish on girl action. Uh, but yeah, so each run you have like it's separated into days, and like each one of those days you can choose what to do, and there's like certain things that are like predetermined, and all of the like you have to build up like specific points to romance the characters in each run, and those points are but basically not point. Let me back up there.
Go for it.
Each area, like when you pick the character to romance, you have to go to like specific areas to like to get points with them. Uh, and the activities can range from just talking to them, or sometimes you'll have to fight things before you talk to them. Uh, Basically, that's all there is to romance. You just have to get their points up, and then like at the right before the final fight of each run, there's like a doomsday party where you can like you can ask them to be your date, and then like there's an ending after the boss fight. Uh, the combat is I wouldn't say typical turn-based RPG because it's like a card-based affair where
Yeah.
like throughout the run you get different cards and different like allies to help you in battle depending on your actions. uh I will say that in a lot of my runs, I like just based on the party I built up and the cards I had, I was super OP in some of these runs.
Oh yeah,
uh
it's hilarious when you get OP.
yeah, there was one it was one of the last runs that I did where I don't even think the final boss got through my armor. Like I absolutely decimated him. And what's even cooler is if you still have actions to do when you kill a boss, you get to do all of your actions and send their health into the negative. And I want to say like I'd gotten like over negative 100 health points on him.
Nice. The closest I got was negative 87, if I remember right.
And it's just so satisfying, especially like if you're coming off a run where the final boss did take you out, and you're just like, "Not this time, you bastard!" And you just absolutely wreck him.
Oh yeah, when you wreck their shit, you wreck their shit.
Uh, yeah, and speaking of ending, like there's different characters romance, but there is an absolutely absurd amount of endings in this game. I will
Oh
never
yeah.
see them all. I will never see them all, but I
I'll
appreciate
I'll
I
try
appreciate that they're
to.
there.
I will try to actually, but yeah. Have you romanced any of the secret characters?
No, but on that same turn, did you happen to see the third hidden boss, uh, like the third boss?
No, I've only gotten the horse and the goblin.
Yeah. So we were busy doing other reviews, and we had already reviewed Doomsday Paradise. But there was a contest where the first person to like send in a drawing of the third boss would get like win a prize, and apparently a lot of people had not unlocked it.
Yeah, apparently, because I never saw it.
Uh, but yeah, so this is an absolute like the art style of this game is super cute, super charming. The soundtrack is fantastic. Uh, it lends itself very well to a quick pick up and play game. Like if you're just like waiting for like a few minutes to do something, this would be a perfect phone game if they wanted to port it to phones. Also, would be a fantastic Switch game. Just throwing that out there. I think this game would look fantastic on an OLED Switch.
Actually, I
Uh,
think as a phone game, this game would work amazing. Just because
oh yeah,
it's such a quick game. You can skip through a lot of stuff. If you've seen like a couple of scenes, like like oh yeah, I don't need to see like this scene again, but like I'm glad I know what this is. Like I know what is happening. I can just skip.
and another thing, I wish like since getting the ROG Ally, I've been really like playing games through Game Pass because you get achievements that go to your Xbox account. I would
Mhm.
love for this game to come to uh, PC Game Pass because Steam, uh, Steam achievements are great, but Xbox achievements are even better.
Oh man.
Uh, am I missing anything? Do you have any thoughts to add in?
I actually just love like the humor of the game. It's so
Oh,
stupid but
absolutely.
so good.
Yeah. This year especially, with the amount of serious games that have come out, anytime that I play a game with like a good sense of humor, it just really brightens my day.
I know, right? Like I
And
said, like especially when it's having fun. That's the best part. It's having fun.
yeah, like there's one part where when I was trying to romance Haley, where
Yeah.
she would the instructor was basically trying to get her to train and like take her study seriously, and like the whole storyline of that run was like her like finding ways to escape, and you just go back and watch horror movies.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
And just while we're on the topic, we're kind of running out of time. If you also like a good funny game, look up Booze Masters, Freezing Moonshine.
Oh
This
God, how's that game going?
the I actually the review is on our word.
Hello.